Well, hello, Leos. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. For those of you that are brand new and watching this, my name is Patti, and I am an empath that does intuitive tarot, along with intuitive coaching. Coaching is sort of like counseling, but only from the divine, and intuitive, what is sent through. But I am not a counselor. I am a coach, and mostly spiritual coaching that guides you in your path and your journey and that kind of stuff, and also get you through bad habits and all that kind of stuff, because I'm also a life coach. So if you want one-on-one for that, go ahead and look below or go to the websites and see if anything resonates, or you want to make a one-on-one, or if you need a one-on-one tarot reading, I do those as well. So let's get started. This is for Leos for the 1st through the 6th of December. And let's see what's going on. So, Leos, what I'm doing now for a bit, I keep bending my cards. My hands are getting sore, I think. But I'm doing 2 oracles. So one is for the current week, for the 1st through the 6th, mostly the beginning and what's sort of happening. And the second oracle is for the end of the week and going into the following. So I do the readings weekly because energies change daily, minutely almost sometimes, but it all depends on what you decide also. So if the divine has you look at the spread and wants you to go this way and you go that way, well, that's going to change the energies completely. So you may want to come back to square one again and go the other way. So that's why I do them weekly, so that you can get footing again for the next week if you chose the wrong way to go. So, well, that's a popular card lately. So first card, oracle out, is the card One Ring Circus, which is the number 6. On One Ring Circus, a lot of that has to do with inner self, what you're doing with yourself personally. And maybe you're doing projects by yourself, or maybe you're doing whatever by yourself. But this also could mean internally looking at yourself, which with the planets, which at 3 o'clock I'll have a live here on the planets for the full moon and the lunar eclipse. So if you're here for that, that's great. But it has a lot to do with the way the planets are moving and the moon and everything. So it's going to be about choices. So we're moving into the full moon. You will have had the full moon at this point, but you're still in it for about 2 more days. So it is about choices, because you're moving, full moon's in Gemini. So it is going to be a lot about choices and the choices that you make and choose for that first week of December, and how that's going to play out the rest of the week and possibly that next week of December. So there's going to be a lot of different energies coming through for this first week. Now, just know that things are still pretty unstable until about the 20th through the 27th. Then things are going to just do a major shift. It'll be really interesting to see what happens in those days for that major shift. So let's see what the next card out is. Definitely Wizard of Awareness. Wizard of Awareness. Now with the Wizard of Awareness, again, we want to be aware what our choices are in the very beginning of the week. We also, too, want to be wise to the light. If you look at the corner there, very bright light. That's where the staff is. That's where you want to be focusing in on. Sort of like you want to be sort of like a Virgo, because the Virgos are I say we because I'm a Virgo, is we look into something, and when we hone in onto something, we sort of lock into that, and we can't see really too much out there. But for this week, the beginning of the week, we do need to be aware. We need to be honed in, but we also need to be aware of what's going on around us. So that's really going to be key for you, because on this one here, on the 6s, 6 is all about potential and ambition, and 3 is about acknowledgement. So we do need to acknowledge what is happening this beginning of the week with us internally, mentally, emotionally, what is going on with us through that first part of the week, and being aware. This is something that I think I'm getting a feeling that there is change coming. Well, change is always happening, but this is something that you've been working on, something that Leos have wanted to change. For someone, this is a control thing. I heard control. It's about control. They want to release that control a little bit. So that's a good thing, because we really can't control anything other than what we can control for ourselves. So for somebody, that is, make sure that, are these upright, right? Okay. I just want to make sure, because if I'm seeing something in reverse, I want to make sure I'm not shuffling the deck upside down. Okay, so definitely. So the first card out is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So usually when it's Eight of Cups straight up, there's somebody that is contemplating depression, sort of hiding something, sort of wanting to try to sneak away because they don't want to say or do anything. But this is in reverse. So this is somebody's actually becoming more confident in themselves for someone. Again, remember, somebody out there in Leo land is trying to remove the control thing, and I thank you. So they're saying more what is, it just went out, not assertive, aggressive. Thank you. There's, so somebody in Leo's trying not to be so aggressive. They don't mean to be, it's just coming out that way. So it's sort of like me. I have what they call a bitch face sometimes. And so I can't help that. Sort of like Leo's with somebody is just like, they can't help the sort of assertiveness, aggression type behavior. They're not being that way. It's just coming across that way. So they're actually working on that and becoming more confident in just making sure their words come out differently. For another Leo, they're becoming confident in what they want to do. They're getting more confidence, self-confidence inside, and they're manifesting this. So somebody's really working hard. Again, we have the one ring circus. So remember, that's about internal working. Could be other things too, but I'm really getting internal working, and the goosebumps are going. So I know that that's where that's at. So somebody is really working on self-confidence. Another person is actually working on better articulation to not come across so assertive or blunt. Like me, I become blunt. I've been told that, you could say that nicer. And I'm like, I thought I did. So those are things that you don't know that. So then we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is about a message coming. Now, this message is actually facing the Magician. So something about the way that you're changing, somebody may articulate that they really like the change. They're looking, that you're really working on yourself. Somebody's coming through a storm or a challenge, or something that has been really a burden or hard on them. And with that, they're saying that, wow, you really came through this. You really, proud of you for going through this. People are becoming aware and acknowledging this. Now, if you're acknowledging somebody else, good for you, because it's really, really hard not only to change, especially with this full moon. You are now in the full moon. So that's about choices and decisions. It is not easy to change. Oh, it is not easy to change. But there's got to be recognition, whether you're giving it to somebody or somebody's giving it to you. It's noticeable. It's becoming noticeable. So I don't know who that's for. Now, thank you. So they're saying somebody coming through the challenge, you're almost through it. So it's like you're over that hump. I don't know who that's for. And that's where this is in reverse. So you're now finally getting over the hump. For somebody, is practice makes perfect. I don't know what that is. There is no perfect, but practice makes better. Okay. So I don't know who that's for. But definitely for somebody, I can feel their energy. All right, let me see what else they have to come through with. Oh, okay. So for the energies now, all this progress that is happening, all this acknowledgement and progression. It has been slow moving, and they understand that this is slow moving, but it is also moving. It is moving. It's not moving in the fastest way that we would like it, but you know what? That's how the turtle wins the race, right? We don't want to jump into something without thinking about it right now. Again, the full moon's in Gemini, choices, because the choices that we make in the first part of December are going to really affect, and there's going to be some big changes in not only the world, but the energies and everything. Might even see some, more earthquakes, more maybe a mountain will blow, like the volcanoes or something will erupt a little bit more. That comes towards the end of December. So there is something that is in big change coming. That goes into January. So just be patient with the process, whatever it is for you. Be patient, stay aware. Now this is going to be the hard part. Thank you. So they're saying that you're going to get bored, and you're gonna not like the process so much. But the thing is, you have to stay aware. So whatever it does for you, sort of like when you're driving a car and you sort of get sleepy, you unroll the windows or you turn on the music super loud. That's what divine is saying, is you're going to have to find ways to get more interactive. Now this is an interesting thing, because we have the Six of Cups, which there's somebody that maybe is coming your way that is either friend, past relative, could be somebody, but you're really, really comfortable with them. They're really sort of on your wavelength. They're going to be there through the process, or not even process. It could be something that you're working on, a project. They're your support. It might be a little bit slower towards the end of the week, or even into the second week, but they're there to support you. And it might be they might be just there for a day, a minute, or whatever, and say, hey, keep going, you're doing a good job. But this is a person that that you needed the validation from. Shouldn't need validation from anybody, but this is important. This person is important to you. And so they are going to come to you and give you validation for that. So we have the Knight of Cups, another messenger. Now, the Knight of Cups is about coming in a little bit faster, a little bit more confident. And here we go with the confidence again. There's somebody coming in with confidence. Somebody coming in. I'm surprised if I don't see the Emperor here. With confidence, is very driven. Judgment. Okay. He's very driven. He's also too focused. Remember, we said to be aware. So the Knight is more focused, and he is really focused on moving forward. So he's in the direction of moving forward, and then there's a judgment. Okay, so remember in the very beginning, I said that somebody is changing. Somebody is not becoming afraid anymore. Somebody's actually not wanting to hide things, not wanting to be shameful, not wanting to be that way. So with the Judgment card, this is a process again that somebody is changing from an earthly thought process to a more spiritual thought process, or it's somebody going from more of a spiritual, saying, I don't believe in that stuff anymore. I don't believe in God anymore. I don't believe in the universe crap. I don't believe in that. And going the other way, which is going to create a real hard time. But the thing is that this is a judgment thing. Somebody also is becoming more spiritual, and people are hitting them about it, trying to break them down. I don't know who that's for. It's like when I came out with all my gifts, it's like, oh, you have gifts. Oh, yeah, right. She's crazy. And it's like, oh, yeah, right. So what? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? It's that attitude that they don't believe you because they can't see it. They can't feel it. So then it becomes a judgment of who you are as a person. Somebody's being pummeled in that manner, and you got to stay strong. because the knight is facing you, and the knight is facing you in confidence, in forward movement, in keep going and never giving up and persevering. Boy, do I have goosebumps for somebody. I don't know who that's for. And for the person, for the Leo that actually, remember I said somebody is trying to release so much control. They're trying to let the divine work a little bit more. So for that person, this is really, really important, because this is building more confidence in you. Also building more confidence in your abilities. If you have abilities, to also be confident that you're not going crazy and that the divine gave you those for a reason. So the judgment is on the person who's not believing you. Let them go, because they bring your energies and your vibrations and they start pushing them down. You got to let them go. If that's something that you are, same with control. If somebody is not supporting you in what you believe and what you're doing, as long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting somebody else, and it is for forward positive movement to bring your vibrations up, then you need to get rid of them for at least a while, until they either grow at their level, or that you probably will surpass them and they'll probably fade away anyway. But because you won't want that toxic, negative, destructive kind of vibration. You won't, because it keeps you squished. Yeah. And we have the Four of Wands, a celebration, a unity, a coming together. So this is a really good thing. This is a positive thing. So thank you. So they're saying that the unity and the coming together is of yourself. This, because a lot of the times it's like a celebration of two people coming together for a marriage and everybody comes and celebrates, that kind of thing. No, this is a celebration of your life. This is a celebration of you becoming yourself for somebody. And again, I get that, because for 50 plus years, not too much over 50 years, I wasn't me. I was somebody else for somebody else. If my mom wanted me to be a certain way, I would fake it and make it until I was that way. And then if my friends saw me a certain way, because I wanted to fit in. I never fit in. Trust me, I never did. Inside, I never fit in. But I wanted to fit in. But I didn't. So this is a really good celebration of you coming out. So 50 years I waited, and I said, screw it. I'm going to be me for the rest of my life. And I am. I'm an empath with abilities, and I share them with my daughter. And sometimes she's like, and then other times she's like, Mom, so it's like, so you have to be yourself. This is your journey, not anybody else's. And this is where maybe some awakenings are going to start to happen again. What was it? The end of December, January. I was looking at the planets. I think it's a more awakenings coming in the end of December. Things are going to start, if you have abilities, they're going to start to waken up again. I know that I'm getting new abilities. It's like, okay, so what do I do with these, or how do I grow them? So working with the divine on that. Yeah, something new. Definitely something new is coming up for you in the first of the year. And also in the 1st of December. These are good things, because it's all forward movement. So what this is going to make whoever is in the judgment phase, where you're trying to decide, how to figure things out, how to make decisions. Again, hey Felix, how to make decisions, then that is where this is. For somebody, I don't know who that is, but somebody's really trying to figure out, how do I decide? It's sort of like saying, I really want to go to the beach. Should I go to the beach? Should I not go to the beach? Should I go to the beach? How do you decide that? That's what this is about. How do you make a decision between an earth thing, and how do you make a decision between a spiritual thing? So if you were in my coaching session, we would talk more about spiritual decisions rather than earthly decisions, because spiritual decisions are more for your journey. So again, this is about you coming together and bringing in a new self. So we have to get rid of the old self. A lot of the signs last week I talked about shedding the skin, like a snake, sheds its skin, gets a new skin, that kind of thing. We have to shed and leave the old stuff behind. That's what's happening here for somebody. So you're having to shed it. You're like over that hump a little bit, but you're still struggling with yourself in which way to make a decision. I don't know what the decision's about, but you would want to go to the divine and ask that. What do I do about this? Because the problem is we let Earth and all the distractions, and we'll talk about that at 3:00 with the full moon and the energies of the lunar eclipse. But there's so much distraction that on Earth, as a human being, we cannot really make a clear decision. We get fog brain, and that is where this is coming in. You're getting fog brain because there's so many distractions. That's why when we talk about in life balance or getting, spiritual balance or putting mind, spirit, body together, we say go to a quiet place away. It could be in a closet, could be in your car, could be in a park, just sitting there, yourself, quiet, because that's the only way you can really connect with universe, divine, and make decisions. Now, the other thing too is I tell people take their shoes off, put their feet in the grass or the earth or whatever, because you want to be grounded. We do need to be grounded because there's ions in the ground that we need to ground to, and that helps our vibrations lift as well. So there is a newness, and I'm going off. I don't know who that's for because I've never planned on going there, but the Fool is the newness coming. So let's see. Oh, wow. Time sure flies when you're having fun. Okay, so let's see here, though. Somebody's out there asking me about their love life. Always about the love life, isn't it? Is there any love? Are they coming back? Are they not coming back? Yeah, somebody's always asking about love. I hear it. That's another thing. That's where people ask me all the time, are they going to come back? Are they going to return? Are they going to, this is a question for the divine, not for me. I mean, I can share with you wisdom and the wisdom the divine gives me, but it's usually the same thing, but everybody's situation is very different, but the outcome is usually the same. All right, let me see if there's anything else. Divine, is there any love or anything for the Leos? Ooh. I don't know if this is in relation to love because it fell when I said the word love. I hope not. Let me just get a couple more cards. Oh, Lordy. All right. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not doing all those cards. I'll shuffle here and again. So newness again. Remember I said the skin of the snake got to shed the old before the new can come in? So something's coming to an end. But again, when this comes to an end, it allows this to begin. So a lot of people think, oh my gosh, they're leaving me, or they're, the first thing people go to is people, oh, they're leaving me. Oh, I really love them, but they're leaving. That doesn't necessarily mean it. Sometimes when you take a break from somebody, that really brings in a newness. Sometimes when you set boundaries with somebody and you leave or they leave because they're being an immature boy or immature girl, and then they want to come back, they may come back as a new person. I don't know who that's for. Anyway. Sorry. If you are new to my channel and you're watching this, I say it as it is. I try to be kind and gentle, but you're going to get the truth here. You're not going to get sugarcoating. Oh, you're not going to get that. I don't. Whatever the divine tells me, I share it, because if I don't, then I'm not doing my due diligence as a servant for him, or a conduit, or a messenger, or whatever. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, remember I said things were moving really, really slowly. Okay, things are progressing. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Be due diligent. Be perseverant. be aware, especially for these first two weeks, because whatever is ending, again, there is an offering. And then remember how there wasn't movement and it was going to go really slow? Now it's going to move up. It's going to start speeding up. So you're going to get an offering. And this is going to be of truth. This is going to be of honesty. This is going to be what is directed for your mind and your soul. And it's going to move. It's going to move more quickly. It's going to move more forward in progression. And then there's celebration. Again, remember, acknowledgement. Number 3 is about acknowledging. All about acknowledging. So remember that when you're going through your week, when you start getting frustrated and struggling and everything like that, just go to the divine, go to a quiet place, or just, meditate, breathe, take a prayer, whatever you do yourself. And you go there and you ask the divine, how do I get through this? Give me the wisdom, give me the strength, whatever it is that you need to go through, because it's moving forward the way that you want it to. I'm excited. So don't be really down on yourself this ending. You're going to have to let this, whatever this is, just happen. You're going to have to allow it to happen for a bit, because it's going to bring newness. Now, whether if this is a person, a project, a job, or whatever, except to say thank you, thank God, or thank the universe, whoever you are, say thank you for allowing me to go through this, because I need this for change, I need this for growth, I need this to move forward into another level, because at the very end, so Leos, that is your reading for the week. Now, just please remember, do keep your focus like the Virgos do, but don't close your eyes to what's going on. So I don't know how to explain it. As a Virgo, I can look at something, but I can also see out of my peripheral. But if this is distracting, I hone in, because you don't want to be distracted. There's going to be so many distractions these next couple of weeks. And as we get closer to the 20th, there are going to even be more. So just try to, like a racehorse, put your blinders on and focus in on what you're trying to work on, because you're becoming confident, you are growing, you're getting that more self-esteem, that more self-love that you need to have, and that is going to grow, because it's going to bring you a lot of opportunity. All right. So that is your reading, Leos, for the 27th. No, what is it? The 1st to the 6th. It's the 27th. Sorry. And so I hope this was resonating at least somewhat with you. If you wouldn't mind to like, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Now, I am still doing the dailies. I still probably will do them in December. So if you like the dailies, make sure you hit the like, or just, comment or whatever in there, so that I know that people are still watching them. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure. So thanks, Felix, for dropping in. I hope things are better with you guys. And I will talk to everybody next week, unless I see you at 3 o'clock on the 27th today for the full moon and the eclipse. Woohoo! All right. We'll talk to you later.